to know line by line explanation or word by word explanation of a topic. Understood? Of a topic, or how you can develop a topic into a full paragraph. Understood? So I just want you to master the art of writing. Is that clear? So you let's uh, start our class today on paragraph writing. Clear? So what is the what is today's topic? First topic,
Faith.
faith. You know what, according to you, is faith? Faith means trust. Trust means when you have faith in yourself, in the people you mix with, when you have faith in the family members, understood, in your family, clear, you may have faith in the society, in everything you do, in yourself. Faith is the power. Faith is the hope. Faith is the strength of mind. Faith is the way of life. And faith is the happiness that you want to achieve. There is no place for those who don't have faith in themselves. A faithless person doesn't exist. It is our faith that has kept us alive. If you are walking towards, towards the fulfillment of your dream, you are a student. You want to achieve your goal. You fixed your goal. But how can you achieve your goal without faith in yourself? If you have faith, you will overcome. What are you going to overcome? Many obstacles, many problems, many hurdles, many problems, many boundaries that you have to cross. And to get over those problems that lie in the path of your success, it is your faith that can get over all of them. Understood? Can you hear my sound? If you don't have faith, can you achieve your goal? It is a world of faithful people. Faith is the thread that tie all of us living in the world. If you think that I am not a part of the world, the moment you think like this, you do not exist. You have lost your existence. So, when you have faith in the people you mix with, your comfort zone is assured. It means faith help you to think positive. When you have faith, you feel strong. Faith fills you with the ability to perfect yourself before you face a problem. However difficult the problem may be, a faithless person, understood, cannot think of overcoming that. But a person with faith, person who has faith, doesn't know what is fear, doesn't know what is problem of life. And however difficult the problems, the troubles, the boundaries, the obstacles that lie in the path of his success, however difficult they may be, he will get over them like a brave person, like the strongest man. And to the strongest man on earth, whatever problem you have is nothing. Who has helped you to get over those problems? Isn't it your faith? Yes, I can do. Who make you say this? When you can say I can do that, who is the supplier of that strength? I can do that. Your ability. Can means when you are able to do something, that means can. This provider of can thing or ability is your faith. A faith, a person with faith is the strongest man on earth. And that man will always overcome the problems of his life. And he will achieve his, not only achieve his goal, he will keep everyone, understood, happy with his presence, either in the family or in the society that he belongs to or in the country where he lives. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, is it not necessary to be faithful, to be a person who has faith in himself and in the people who he lives with? And faith makes a person complete. Faith is a source of not only happiness, inner strength, love, care, and faith keeps you not only physically fit, it also gives you eternal pleasure. It also keeps you mentally alert. When you have faith in everything that you do, when you have faith as a weapon, nothing is impossible for you to do. And I have already told you, faith is the power that empowers you to make impossible possible. So you must not lose it. You must see it as the strength for your existence on earth. Is that clear? So I hope you have understood the topic. I'm sure that you can write a few lines if there is a question or topic called faith. What is the next?
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Knowledge is no less important, understood,
Hmm.
than faith. Knowledge is as powerful as the word faith for a person who wants to achieve success. Those who have knowledge are enlightened souls. Understood? It is your knowledge of your existence that helps you to live with everything in nature, including your family, friends, countrymen, and the world at peace. Knowledge helps us to know the unknown. Knowledge helps us to see the unseen.
Hmm.
Knowledge helps us to explore the unexplored. A man without knowledge is blind even with eyes. Those who doesn't know how to read books, those who are illiterate can tell you how valuable knowledge is for them. They feel cut off from the world due to lack of knowledge. What does it mean? Does knowledge mean learning how to read the books? No. Awareness about who you are, where you exist, who you live with, what to do and what not to do in the society that you live in. What are the responsibilities and duties of human life? Knowledge of good life, knowledge of good behavior, knowledge of understanding, knowledge of sense of respect, knowledge of real happiness, knowledge of how to treat your elders, parents, and those who are aged, knowledge that helps you to deal with babies, how to treat them. When you have knowledge of everything, aren't you the happiest person on earth? Aren't you the happiest person on earth? So it is our knowledge that beautifies our life, that shapes our existence, that makes us acceptable to everyone in the society. It is your knowledge that bind you to not only your family, society, country, to the world. Understood? So, living life without knowledge is wasting your valuable time on earth. Is that clear? Knowledge is power. The power that is the source of everlasting happiness as long as you live in this world. The power that can solve any problems. Understood? The power that gives you the ability to gather happiness not only for you, for those you love, for those who want to do good to, for those who actually expect something from you, and who will be with you will be decided how educated, how knowledgeable person you have made yourself. When you have knowledge, you must not ill treat anybody. You will treat everyone in the society with love and care because you have knowledge of what is good and what is bad for you. Right or not? So, when you are aware of what is good and what is bad due to what? Immense knowledge that you have gathered, understood? The immense knowledge about who you are, what you should do, what are the duties and responsibilities of life, your duties as a father, as a student, as a man, understood? When you are aware of all these things, you will be called a real educated person, a good citizen. It is our knowledge that makes us good citizen for our country, a good man for the society, a good family member for our family. So we must gather knowledge, and knowledge is the light that is necessary for not only for who I am today, for the future. If you have knowledge, you must not let your children become illiterate. So it is necessary to gather knowledge so that my knowledge can benefit the tomorrow. The tomorrow means my future. Means tomorrow of not only future of not only my family members. If I am educated, my education can benefit the society, the country, and the world. Because you are a citizen of the world, then a citizen of your country, then a member of your family, then an inseparable part of the society that you belong to. Is that clear? So, you must not forget that a man without knowledge is like a blind person. A man, a man is blind even with eyes when he doesn't have knowledge. So, value knowledge, it is the most powerful thing in the world. What is the next topic?
Leadership.
Leadership. You know, leadership is one of the most important word, not only for a country. Leadership means the ability to be the in charge of the family, understood, that you live in absence of your father. Who will lead the family affairs? Who will be in charge of everything? Who? You. Understood? So, leadership, like charity begins at home, leadership also starts from where you begin your life from. You know, we always know that a child is the father of man. If you think that what is the importance of leadership, it is one of the biggest thing. The countries with good leaders can create or can turn the world into a heaven of peace. One single leader can make the world a paradise on earth. Understood? It is the leadership of the person that can bring about everlasting happiness, that can change the world that we live in. Think a few days back, listen to me attentively. Few days back, there was, understood, the world was on the verge of Third World War. American ships and Iranian soldiers and ships came face to face. Understood? Suddenly, the government of India sent a plane. An Indian airplane landed in Iran. I must not name the place, whether it is Tehran or anywhere. Why did that thing was done? Why did that thing get done? Why did India do that? In the middle of war, you are entering war zone. Was it an effort to bring peace? Was that a thing intentionally done to stop the war? Yes. Why? It is because of our leadership that the tension was diffused. What does war mean? War means killing the innocents with the most powerful weapons. War means the slaughtering of innocents. If you are a warmonger, good, you fight. Fight for world peace. How long will you disturb the peace and prosperity of the world? We haven't come to die. We cannot let the arrogant leaders play with our lives. We are citizens of the world. If you cannot treat me well, you have no right to treat me. It's okay if you don't respect me, no problem. But is it good for you? If you cannot love me, you don't have the right to disrespect or disrespect me. Is it good? Tell me. I don't want you to love me, but hate me as well. When I'm not mixing with you, when I'm not your friend, how can you think of ill-treating me in the name of religion, caste, community? Understood? Power. Is it good to make someone feel lost and lonely? Is it good to make someone's life hell? No. So, where does the solution to all these problems of society lie? The solution to all the problems of a country, all the problems of a family, all the problems of the society, solution to the problems of not only the family, not only the society, not only the country, but also the world lie in the good leadership. The solution lies to all these problems where? In the good leadership. A good leader, if you are a good father, you are a good leader also. Why? The family is under you. When the family is under you, are not you a good leader for the family? Hello? Are not you a good leader for the family?
Yes.
If you are a good person and everybody understood goes to you, understood for solution to their problems. If you are a member of the municipality, are not you a good leader of the society? Hello?
Yes.
So, the society that is under the leadership of a, a society under a good leader like chairman, municipal, member of the ward, understood? A ward is happy if the member of the ward who we elect in the elections, understood, is a good leader. A municipality can live at peace with all the people. Understood? A municipality can be the best municipality, peaceful municipality, or can be uh, the finest one that can be rewarded only when the leaders leading it are the finest persons. Right?
Yes.
Am I right or not?
Yes.
Whenever I stand close to it, my face is invisible. No.
No. No.
Whenever I come here,
Yes.
okay. You understood now. So, the leader in whose hand our country is, if the leader in whose hands our country is a fool, can the people living in it will be very happy?
Yes.
A person in whose hands our country is a fool, a person leading, a leader who is ruling our country, if that person is a fool, can he give us good governance? Can he guarantee our peace and prosperity? Can he keep all the people living in it happy? Can he stop the violence? Can he make people practicing different beliefs, religion happy? So, it is because of good leadership the people living in a country can live like brothers and sisters, right? They can live at peace with one another, understood, even though they practice different beliefs, faiths, religion, culture, understood. They will, irrespective of their different diversities or cultures, they will live on the soil of India like brothers and sisters. There will be world peace. And it is under the care of a good leadership or under the care of a good, it is under the good governance, understood, of a of able leadership, of able leaders, that we feel as if we are the happiest people on earth. So, leadership has got the most powerful, understood, what? Influence. If what is impossible, understood, what is impossible to others, a good leadership or a good leader doesn't know what is a problem. For him, nothing is impossible. He can solve any problem in the twinkling of an eye, by the flicker of his eyelid. He understands, a good leader understands how to solve any problem. And a good leader doesn't know what is fear. You know, it is our fearlessness that helps us to face, understood, difficulties of life with ease. It is the good leadership, understood, that helps us stay loyal in times of troubles, difficulties, problems. Understood? So, however difficult life may seem, if the leader leading us inside our family, the leaders who we are under in the society, the leaders who we are under in our country can guarantee our peace and prosperity, can guarantee our happy coexistence, can guarantee our development, can make the society the happiest society on earth. If we can become the happiest society on earth, the world can copy us and will turn into a paradise on earth. Don't forget the hardest times that the people all over the world faced. What was that time? Can you remember? The pandemic years. Did you forget? Have you forgotten? Hello? What happened? Thousands of people died. Who killed thousands of people? Thousands of lives were lost. Isn't it coronavirus? And who during this pandemic brought happiness? Who controlled the problems with iron hand? Who encouraged the people to beat drums? The able leadership. We fought against corona and we helped the world fight corona without fear. And that's how we defeated corona. Now the world is safe and secure. Right or not? So, leadership is the most important thing that we need for peace, prosperity, happiness, not only in the life of a man, not only in the life of a family, not only in the life of everlasting existence of a society, for peace and prosperity all over the world, including a nation or a country. Isn't it? With this, I come to the end of this topic. Let's start the next topic. Was it nicely said?
Yes.
You think you have understood? So, world needs a good leader who can guarantee peace and prosperity of the world. And peace and prosperity, the world peace lies in the hands of the able leadership. We need good leaders who can guarantee the world peace. The world is in badly in need of a good leader. Okay, now what is the next topic?
Optimize.
Optimism.
Optimize.
Do you know it is our optimism that help us stay calm despite difficulties. Anybody understood either living inside our family, society, country or anywhere in the world, understood, doesn't have, understood, anybody, I'm talking about anybody, any one of us, or every living being, clear, doesn't have a problem free life. If you are alive, you have to die sooner or later. If you want to live, you have to earn. To exist, you have to fight. If you don't fight to exist, you will not live. Like our ancestors, when we were in primitive people, we used to go from one place to another to hunt for food, right? We lived in fear of being killed. But those long battles for existence are over now. We live in modern societies, but as soon as we started living in modern societies, has the problems, understood, the problems, have the problems of our life ended? Now people don't have to go from one place to another to get food. To get fed, even today we have to work. To the primitive people, what? Earning, gathering food was their only problem. Every new day, whenever they woke up, their only thing that they needed for survival was food, their hunger. Their primary need was to satisfy their hunger. But to the modern people, we not only have hunger for food, we have desires, multi, you know, dimensional, or different desires. Do you get it? What are the desires? Desire for not only food, for a mobile phone, for good life, for roofs over our heads. Understood? For a life with respect, for secure life with your family member, for good income, right? Source of income, even today, is the biggest problem. People nowadays are fighting different challenges, different problems. They not only fight the problems of feeding the family, they are fighting different issues, the problems of educating their children. Understood? If you are a father, the problems of educating, giving your children the best education, looking for the best teachers, giving them a good lifestyle, making them good citizen of the country, preparing them to preparing them fit for future challenges, preparing them for the battle of life. And those who have mastered the art of living can lead a healthy life. The life of modern man has become more difficult as compared to those lived thousands of years back as primitive people, whose only desire was to satisfy their hunger for food. Now, our hungers are different. We not only think of feeding the babies, we have to think of giving them decent clothes to wear, sending them to the best schools, giving them, fulfilling their needs, day to day needs, basic needs, and there are other needs as well, buying them computers to keep pace with the time, to meet the demands of the changed times, isn't it? Is that clear? You have understood?
Yes.
Are you sure you have understood?
Yes.
So, what is the topic now?
Spiritual.
No, that topic,
Optimism.
it is our optimism that helps us stay strong despite the difficulties of life. If you are optimist, you can get over all the challenges of life. To you, nothing will be difficult. To you, any problem, understood, is not a problem. Any problem of life can be solved. You can solve any problem if you are optimist. Optimists are the people who doesn't know what is fear. Optimist optimist can bring about change in the society. It is our optimism that can fill our life with not only with inner happiness, happiness for the world. And those who are optimists can make the society a better place to live in. Optimists have friends. Optimists are people who we benefit from in the society. The people who are optimists can gift everyone, understood, living with them a good future. People who believe in optimism can bring about permanent not only peace for the family members inside the family, for the society that they live in, for the country that they live in, and we can think of a better world if we can educate our children about the value of optimism. It is the world is for the optimist, not pessimist. Okay, now come to the next topic. And what is the next topic?
Spirit.
Spirituality. Okay, you know, actually, spirituality is very important word. It is spirituality, understood,
Yes.
that gives you inner peace. We all are fed up with our existence. We are fed up with life sometimes. Like the boredom. Sometimes we are bored with our existence. Understood? We are fed up with who we are. We are tired of solving the problems of life. What will you do? When you are fed up with your existence, your life, fed up with what you are doing, with who you are, and when you feel as if life is not at all easy for you to carry on, then the then you need peace and inner happiness. And to get inner happiness, you can depend on spirituality to provide you with the knowledge of inner self, with solution to your only the sense of spirituality can put an end to the problems that made your life hell. When you understand that there is a difference between material I and spiritual I, material I is the mind. Who is material I? Material I is the mind. Your mind makes your life hell. How does it make your life hell? When you feel tired, when you are fed up with your existence, when you are fed up with fulfilling the problems of all the family members, when you are not able to run your family, when life comes to an end, understood? When you find it difficult to carry on the responsibilities, understood? If you ask a father, Dad, tell me what kind of, don't you feel tired because you are running our family? We go to you for solution to all our problems, but you always smile. You always talk to us with big smile on your face. But I want to know whether you feel sometime you feel sad or not. If you are not loving and caring, understood, not understanding, clear, what will happen to that person, do you know? Sometimes the person who is running us, who is running the family, understood, uh, sometimes feel, tired also. He is also like a human being like us. He is not a superhuman being. But that man, to free himself from the material life, needs the help of spirituality. It is the knowledge of spirituality that can keep you, keep your material life, understood, separate. It is your knowledge of spirituality that can separate your material life from your spiritual life. Spiritual world and material world are different worlds. Knowledge of material world will always give us pain, will always make us feel as if we are in hell. But if you have knowledge of spiritual world, understood, it will help you to live cut off from the problems of material world. There are many fathers, many people who have knowledge of both material world and the spiritual world. And those who have knowledge of spiritual world do not get affected by the challenges, problems that they face in their material life. And who is material, spiritual or world made up of? Spiritual world is made up of your knowledge of spiritual person, that is called you. Spiritual world is made up of the knowledge of the soul, and material world is made up of the knowledge of the mind. It is our mind that controls us in the material world, but it is the knowledge of our soul that actually equips us with the inner knowledge of our inner self. Understood? Like when you are aware of spirituality, a spiritual person, understood, cannot get influenced or impacted by the joys and sorrows of life. To him, everything is same. To him, nothing is of any importance. If you go to a spiritual person, you know, a holy man, understood, what will he say? Do you know? When you live in family, understood, you think of, understood, the family members. You think of your existence. You think of how to satisfy different desires of different family members. Understood? It is your responsibility. But when you are free from them, when? When are you free from them? You are free from them when you have freed yourself from family life. How can you free yourself? You can free yourself even without leaving the family. You lead your life like that of a sadhu. You have cleansed yourself, you have kept yourself free from all those things. Even though you live with the family members, you are not impacted by their presence in your life. Maybe it is an inseparable part. Suppose, if someone I loved left me, that will not have any impact on me. Why? You are leaving me. Why are you leaving me? You leave me because you don't love me. And should I think of someone who hasn't loved me? Maybe we lived like husband and wife together in a family. But if the wife has left the husband, should the husband think of who has left him? Should the husband think of his wife who has left him? If you really love your husband, you cannot think of leaving him. Maybe you have so many problems due to his presence in your life, but husband, wife, this pair is made in heaven. Understood? Husband, wife, couple, clear? The best couples are made in heaven. When you can leave him, it means you did not have love for him in your heart. And that's the reason why you have left him. So, to feel free from the pains and sorrows of this material life or family life, you need the knowledge of spirituality. Spirituality can free you from all those problems. Spirituality will provide you with the proper knowledge of life. When you have spiritual happiness, then you don't need the happiness of a family. You don't need happiness of family life. You don't need happiness of being a, you must not love the happiness of material life. You will free yourself from the material life. And you will now have, when you free yourself from your material life, you will get the joy and happiness of spiritual life. And spiritual life is possible. Spiritual life is when you find yourself in union with who you are. When you find yourself in union with your soul. Soul leaves this body that is dress sooner or later. Everybody has to leave this body. It is just a dress. Clear?
Mm.
So that soul is going to leave this body. Means sooner or later you have to leave this world. So why cry over who is who has not come with you when you were born? When you were born, did your wife come with you? Your sons, daughters? You have made them. You have man made the world. God created the world and man made the country or town. So it is no use crying over what is not yours. This knowledge of what is not yours, it is no use crying over the things that are not yours, is provided through knowledge of spirituality. So you should free yourself to from material life to get the inner peace of spiritual life, to to free yourself from the pains and sorrows, understood, of material life. You need the knowledge of spirituality, and spirituality can free you from all the problems of material life. So we need the knowledge of spirituality. We need spirituality means freeing yourself from the pains of and sorrows of material world. What is the most important thing for inner happiness, joy, and to find yourself in union with your soul, with God. And who is that God? Your soul. Clear? So if you are under the control of your soul, you must not be under the control of your mind. And when you are not under the control of your mind, you will stop committing sins. And you will be the owner of inner peace and happiness. Clear? That's how you can become a wise person who the people will follow, like Lord Buddha, Mother Teresa, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prabhupada. Understood? These people will always live in the hearts of the people living in this world. Okay, I hope you understood, no? I don't know whether I have told, is it acceptable to you, my explanation? What is the next?
Sense of community.
Sense of community. You know, why live? We always live, clear, in the society without the sense of community. Do you know the reason why we fight when we live in the society? Few minutes back, someone was shouting, scoldings, and was trying to disturb the peace. Why was she doing that? It is because she doesn't have sense of community. Understood?
Mm.
It is your sense of community that help you to find yourself in union with those who live with you in the society. When you find yourself in union with all the members of the society, then you help the society to become a happy society. Right or not?
Yes.
You live cut off from the society that you live in. Do you exist in it? There are many people who live in the society, they do not go out of their houses and do not mix with the society. Are they living a decent life? So, it is our sense of community that helps us to build relationships with people in the society, with people in the country, with people all over the world. Sense of community can gift you a good life, not only for you, for all the members in your family. Why? It is only because the sense of community makes a society strong, a country strong, and a happy world. A world that is full of peace and prosperity. Sense of community, do you know? You have a community to live with. These days, come from the word community came the word communal. Communal violence is understood. We fight. One community is fighting, understood, with another community based on caste, religion, understood, separatism, equality, and all this. Why does it happen? Communal tension. Who creates it? The believer, understood, in particular religion, in particular community, sense of community. It is a sense of separatism when one community is encouraged to fight against another community, understood. Then the peace, full society, or the peace in the society is disturbed. And a society can live at peace, understood, when there is no communal tension. And those who have a sense of community cannot live, understood, cannot live a unhappy life. Sense of community teaches you how to treat everyone in the society with respect, humility, care, love. When you treat others with humility, love, understood, equality, will that society have any communal tension? In India, we are proud, I am proud. People of different communities, different religions, different, you know, uh, beliefs, clear, different cultures, live like brothers and sisters on the same soil of India. Why? Why? It means Indian people have sense of community. Understood? They 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 are birds of a feather that flock together. Understood? If you are Christian, I don't have problems with, understood. I don't have problems with you. Why? I want you to practice your religion your way. I must not poke my nose into your affairs. This is how Indians think. Indians do not, understood, prevent another Indian believing in another religion or caste or community, understood, and they do not try to prevent them from practicing their religion. They allow them to enjoy celebrating their own festivals, culture. Understood? That is the reason why permanent peace is there in India. Understood now? This is our sense of community that guarantees peace of a family, that guarantees prosperity of a society, peace and prosperity of a society, and it is it also guarantees the peace and prosperity of a nation if that nation has sense of community. With this, I come to the end of this topic, and I'm sure that you have benefited from my lecture on these topics. How many topics did I talk on?
9.
Nine. Then one last. Okay. What is the next?
Empathy.
Empathy means when you sympathize with those, when you try to feel for others. You have lost something, and I empathize with you. I understand if you have lost, like, you can say that empathy comes, or you feel empathy for a person, you when you realize how sad that person is, and you empathize with him for the sadness that he feels, for the pain that he feels, and we empathize with that person. We and to show sympathy for someone who has the trouble in his life. When you show sympathy, when you empathize with that person, it means it shows how sad you are from inside your heart. Understood? You can feel for that person from for the sadness that he suffers, and you feel for him from inside your heart. When you let that person feel how sad you feel from inside your heart for him, but not but from a distance, you feel sad. What does this feeling actually do? When we feel for others, what happens when we feel for others? When you empathize with others in their bad time, in their times of trouble, in their time of need, will they not love you? They will thank you. So, life is one. When you feel sad for others, when you feel for others, the society becomes strong. Your relationship becomes strong. You stay loyal to those who you see as your friends. You tell them empathy means standing by your friends, your relatives, those you know in their time of need. And you sympathize, you empathize for what they suffer. And that is how they get inner peace. They feel as if there is someone who feel for me, who empathize with me. Understood? So it is very important for a society to be happy. For a man, understood? For a society, for a country. And and a nation with empathy can be the strongest nation in the world only when it empathizes with the problems of its citizens. Understood? And whenever it goes to war against enemies, they must win. Because to them, a loss of a single life is the prestige of the country. They see this as understood the loss of the nation, and they will fight together. It means empathy contributes to the development of oneness, togetherness, strength, unity, goodwill, and friendship. Not only among the members in the family, among the members of the society, and the citizens of a country. This is how I think we should lead our life, and we should the people who have the people with sense of empathy can build trust in the hearts of people he lives with in the family, in the hearts of people he lives with in the society, and the country as well. Is that clear? So, with this, I come to the end of this class. If you think that you have benefited from my class on how to develop topics into a complete paragraph, you must not hesitate to give me at least one like. Bye. कितना मिनट का है? एक भी लोग आया था?